Good morning. How are you all today? This is Joan's Sewing Room. Anyway, I am here today. I've been thinking about, well, I'm in between projects. I have a baby quilt to make, and I have finished this quilting, and I have a lot of different projects going on, and of course another project pops up in my brain, right? And I had been rearranging my wall, and I decided to frame this. Now this is a picture of Bagel. It's a collage that I did of Bagel back in April of 23, and I did a video on it, not making it, but showing how I had done it, the procedure. So now I'm at the point where I want to put a frame around it, a soft frame, like a binding around it to make it look like it's framed. And then I'll put an envelope on the back, piece of fabric, and put a piece of cardboard behind it so it'll be stiff. And then I can hang it up on the wall. I just love looking at her. She's my love, my Bagel, a dog that I had for many years. So anywho, in doing this, I couldn't decide on what fabrics I wanted to use on frame. And it's across 4 different colors, and one of them was black, and then another one was brown, and this is kind of a brown that has pinks in it and blues, and I think they call it grunge. And so I put that on it, and that looked pretty cool. And then I had another one of blue, and it's kind of like a snake skin. And so what I had done, taken pictures of both of them, and you can decide in the comments which one you prefer. I like the blue. I think the blue looks good with the background of my Bagel, the background she's in. But then also I like the brown, so I need help figuring out which one would be best. And the frame will go all the way around, look just like a picture frame, but it'll be made out of fabric. And it's like the same way you would put a binding around a quilt and put corners, minor corners in it. I think that would be cute. And then I can just hang it on the wall. Alrighty? So send me your comments and let me know what you think. And I am previewing a video that I made back in April of 23 of the Bagel collage. And it's just a little bit of me sharing what I had done, how I made it, how I got the pattern, how I made it, and how I selected the colors, and how I transferred made the pattern and put it on butcher paper. So that's just part of the video. So as you can see, I'm very proud of the picture. Just start off with my dog, Bagel. And this is a picture of Bagel. And that is the collage I just did. My finished picture. This is it right here. And when you look at it close up, it really doesn't look. Here's a close-up picture of Bagel using different types of fabrics. Like her. I mean, it does look like her, but there's a lot of fabric on it. But when you look at from far away, it really pops out and you can really see her. So I also made a copy of her of that same picture in black and white on my phone. So it's easy to do. You can just switch it over to black and white. And it gives you the values of dark and light and medium. But this is not what I went by. Actually, when I took this picture, I did it in black and white. And then I put it up on the board next to the blank pattern. This is what it looks like. Your little board lights up and you can put your pattern on it. And so I made this pattern off, I found this pattern on the internet, took a picture of it. It's not exactly like my dog. Actually, it's a pattern for several different types of dogs, but I figured it'd be something to go by. And so you can lay it right down on the light board and it shines through like that. See? And then what I did was I took freezer paper. You can, right here. I don't know if it's backwards. Might be backwards. But freezer paper. You can either use freezer paper or you can use parchment white paper. And then, so what I did was, this is freezer paper and this is the shiny size. And you just lay your parchment paper over the top of the light board and your image will come through, and then you can just draw the picture on the freezer paper. And I just used a felt pen. I drew it with a felt pen. And so yeah, it's just real simple. And so that is the picture right there.
If you don't have a light board, you can use a window.
That I used. Ooh. Get both of these while I'm up here. So what I did was I transferred the design onto the freezer paper by drawing it onto the light board, from the light board onto there. And then I took another copy of the pattern and I put the different values of where I thought the values should go. And then also looking at the black and white picture I had of her, I just kind of wrote in where I thought it, the light and the darks and the medium should go. And then, so I put this to the right side of my picture for a pattern. So I know, and I just picked out fabrics. I first started laying out the flower prints and that sort of thing. And I decided to go with the blues. I stayed with blues. So like my light colors were like real light gray, light peach, pink, light pink for highlights, a little bit of off-white, but no white. And then I used blues, light blues, dark blues, medium blues, dark gray, dark pink. With her, she was a yellow lab, but her eyes and her mouth were pink. Well, actually they were brown, but they were also kind of pinkish too. So I used this too as my picture to go by for the making the picture. Although she didn't have blue, but I didn't want to use black. I was trying to stay away from white and black and just using color instead of white and black. And so it took me a couple days. I would work on a little bit and then I would leave it and then come back and work on a little bit more. And then my husband would come in and go, no, that doesn't look good. And then I'd take a picture of it and show people. And some people would say, what is it? What's it supposed to be? And I thought, okay, if they can't, I worked on it some more. Yesterday I came in and I took it basically apart and redid it, and I really like how it turned out. I didn't do, the only part, the bottom part is gray, where her white fur kind of comes around over the collar. And with this pattern, and with this, my dog, her ears were shorter. Whereas this pattern, the ears are longer. So I kind of just drew a line where her ears were. So I could kind of, and I just incorporated her ears with her her neck because it was really full. And you know how, like Labradors, I don't know if you know, but some of them have a lot of skin that kind of hangs over, you know. So, and then their collar goes down below, obviously. I also, when I took it apart this time, I went ahead, I was decided I would cut out some of my pieces. I have several of these, so I would use them as patterns, and I would cut it out, like maybe a piece like here for the head. I would, I use this product. It's called Seam to Seam. It works really well.
It's called Seam a Seam
Anyway, I use this product, and what is cool about it is 3 layers. So you can draw your design here. You peel it apart, and then you put it on your fabric. And it's see-through, so you can see the design through the pattern, you know, onto the seam to seam, and then you can trace it out and cut it out. So that works really well. I don't know if you can see that on TV, but on the film. And so I would do that. And here's the forehead. And so what you do with the seam to seam is you take off the back paper. There's 3 papers. So there's a front paper that has lines. It's a grid, and you can draw your pattern on that. And the back is just protects the stickiness. So you would peel off the stickiness, and then on the grid paper is another sticky, and this goes on your fabric. Yeah, goes on your fabric. Let me see. So, yeah, you put it on your fabric like that, okay? And then you cut out your pattern. So this would be her forehead, the top of her forehead. And you just cut it out. And the reason why I use some solids was to help me, because there was so many different values and many values in the same spaces, like this one up here, I did medium, which was the flowers, and then it was light here and light. And then on the sides where the darkness on the mouth or snout, nose area, I would start doing dark, medium, and then go dark around. And then on the other side, it was light. So in order to show the lightness, just by adding white wouldn't do it. But if you add a light pink, then that would be your light. That would be the lightest fabric, and it would makes it the contour of the nose, and it makes it stand out more. So that's why I use light pink. And yeah, so anyway, so this is the top of her nose. So it would go up here like that. And then what you do is you peel off this top paper where it has the yellow lines. And let's see. And then you, when you peel it off, then the stickiness sticks to the fabric. So what's cool about this, if I can get it apart, okay. What's cool about this is that it'll stick, and then you can move it around, so it's sticky there. Sticky. And then you can lay it onto your picture. Let's use this one, even though it's not for sticky, but you lay it onto your picture. Come on. Anyway, you lay it on there, and I laid it on there, and then I could work from that too. Like I started putting darks up here, and it just helps you it helped me picking colors, and a lot of it was guesswork. I thought, oh, I'll just put some flowers and stuff at the top of the head, and I did that, and I really didn't cut a form for that. I just put the stickiness on, and I would just throw a flower up there to see how it works, and then I would build on top of it by adding other colors. I had several different colors. I had light, medium, darks. I had off-white reds, purples. So I kind of stayed in this flower. See, I used this flower print, and I played off of the flower print with the different colors in the pinks. And then with the blues, let's see if I have the blues here. Some of the blues. I just have the grays here right now. But anyway, so I would just work on it. And I had a gazillion papers all over the floor. And I had dark blues and light blues. And if that dark blue wasn't working, I would take it off and throw on another blue to see how it would work. And like I said, this works really, really well. Unfortunately, I'm out of it right now. So and I did come across this, and I'm so glad that I have just a little bit left. But I did get some more. I am getting more of it. So it worked. I'm having a great day. I hope you're having a good day, and I will see you again on Tuesday of next week. Bye-bye. Thanks
Remember to select a color, either blue or brown, and leave it in the comments. Thank you.